Hello all, and welcome back to a special bonus episode of TV and Us, a conversation show about the TV series we just can't stop talking about. My name is Jennifer Hahn.
And I'm Sarah Callan.
And each season we focus on a different show. We just wrapped up the final season of Succession, season 4. And indeed, our podcast is about TV series we just can't stop talking about because we wrapped up reviewing the season and here we are back again to talk more about Succession. Sarah, today we are going to be diving into the 2023 Emmy nominations that were just announced this morning.
Yeah, we sure are. Because guess what? Succession swept the Emmy nominations.
Yeah. Was it 27?
27.
Categories?
They got the most this year.
Well, I was skimming through the categories, and there are some categories where there are maybe 6 nominations, and I think they hold like 2 or 3 of them. So sweeping indeed. The floor is squeaky clean.
Yeah, and there's a few categories where it's all HBO properties.
Yeah.
It's all like Succession and The White Lotus, or Succession and The Last of Us. So that's also fascinating that HBO just killed it this year.
Yep. So here we are. We couldn't stay away. We love Succession, if you had noticed from our past many episodes reviewing that final season. And let's just chit-chat about some of these categories. I think that, I don't know if you've gotten a chance to really dive into this list yet. I've skimmed it pretty briefly, but some of these will be kind of our raw reactions to them. Yeah? Shall we?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, so we've got this list in front of us here. Front and center, best drama series. Should we just read off the list here first and then chat about it?
Sure.
All right, so it's Andor, Better Call Saul, The Crown, House of Dragon, The Last of Us, Succession, The White Lotus, and Yellow Jackets. Which of these have you seen?
I have watched Better Call Saul, The White Lotus.
Yes.
And then I only watched 1 episode of The Last of Us and Andor.
Okay. And you did not continue on forward. They didn't hook you in?
I have been asked by multiple people to watch The Last of Us, so yes. I will watch it at some point. But yeah.
That's one that's high on my list as well, because I've heard rave reviews about The Last of Us. And there's kind of a wave of hype around it over the past couple of months. So very intrigued about that one. Andor, I'm kind of surprised is on this list. Like, dang, I didn't know it was that good. Best drama series nomination? No, okay.
It's gotten a lot of buzz and a lot of praise. Yeah.
Wow. That's impressive. I have seen The Crown. And I have not seen the latest season of White Lotus, but I watched season 1. So House of Dragon and Yellow Jackets, we both haven't really seen. Andor. So, we've got decent coverage over this list, but Succession, front and center. This one. And I think it's going to be between potentially Succession and The White Lotus.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I do,
especially where the rest of the categories are kind of landing, shaking out.
Yeah, I do love Better Call Saul, so that I think Succession is better than Better Call Saul, but I'm glad that it got this nod because the final season specifically of Better Call Saul is so good. It is it proves that like. This is a quality show. I'm very, very glad that they did make this. And it's just a satisfying conclusion to Saul's storyline. So, like, it deserves this. Absolutely. Yes. I don't think it's going to get it, but I'm glad that it's here.
Yeah. A nice little nod.
Yeah.
To the craft.
Yes.
And to their efforts.
Yeah.
This next category is Best Actor in a Drama Series. This is one of those where there's only 6 nominations, and Succession holds 3 of them. So it's Jeff Bridges for The Old Man, Brian Cox in Succession, Kieran Culkin in Succession, Bob Odenkirk in Better Call Saul, Pedro Pascal, The Last of Us, and Jeremy Strong in Succession. Man, this is a great category. It's gonna be rough.
Also, how wild is it that
so
Succession has 3 Best Actor nominations?
And sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, one of these, like, okay, they kind of ushered in there. All 3 of these are so deserving. And they're such different performances too. So it's just gonna be tough to be able to make a call on this one, you know?
It is wild to me though that Brian Cox is nominated in this category. Like I get
2 episodes.
Right? 3, and then he
3.
He
2.5.
up 2.5. And then like he has like little like cameos throughout, like when the recording of him shows up. But he is
that's a great point.
Not in this season very much. I wonder how they got him into this category. Like what are the
rules here? What's the
do we have any rules?
Thresholds?
I don't know. Like,
no,
maybe we just don't have
him
rules.
And we just give him things, you know?
Honestly, he's Brian Cox. Yes. I would believe that argument.
I saw him in an Instagram ad the other day, or maybe, I think it was an Instagram ad. I forget what it was for, but it is like perfectly capturing his persona in Succession and just continuing to make money off of it, which is just great. Like, man, that's when you know you've played an iconic role and you've done it well, is when they're asking you to be in ads to play the essence of that character. Like, we need more of this energy. Please help us sell our product.
We sure do. Yep. Hey, however you got to make your money, go for it.
Yeah. All right, but between Kieran Culkin and Jeremy Strong, my goodness, how do you choose?
It is interesting though, because I've always thought that Jeremy Strong was the like lead in this. Like obviously Brian Cox, yes, but like of the siblings, I always thought like Jeremy Strong was the leader. I wouldn't have put Kieran Culkin in this category, though he definitely does more than a supporting actor. So like he deserves to be in here, but my brain wouldn't have gone there.
Interesting.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Because to me, those 3 siblings are all equally the leads. Yeah.
That is fascinating.
I do wonder though because if I think about that final season, I think that Roman has a lot more screen time and a lot more, there's a lot more scenes that he's in together with Jeremy Strong. And I wonder what that has looked like in previous seasons, because I think he is more of a side character in some of the previous season, especially in the first season. I think he is the tonal, part of this family, and the focus is very much on Jeremy Strong. But I think over time, potentially they've focused a lot more on the 3 of them more heavily and pushed the other 2 into the limelight a little bit more.
You are correct. I just pulled up.
Is he in supporting actor in previous?
Yes.
Emmys?
In 2022, he was Outstanding Supporting Actor. 2020, Outstanding Supporting Actor.
Yeah. Okay.
So you are correct. You nailed it. Good job.
But then again, the question is, what are the qualification thresholds?
You know what? There are no rules. It's just vibes.
Yeah. But interesting that for your brain, that positioning of Kendall as the central, sun where everything's orbiting around, that is true from the beginning, was positioned that way, has really stuck with you.
So I guess I'm stuck in the past.
And I think I just love Roman's character too much.
It's true. You do.
He is the lead in my world.
Amazing.
Okay. If you had to give out this award, who is going to be
Ugh,
holding that. I
don't.
know. I'm putting you on the spot. You hate to make choices here,
I
and
do hate to make choices.
there's no it
Okay.
depends.
Okay. As much as I love Brian Cox, he
Yeah, I
wasn't in
agree.
it enough. I need to eliminate him.
Yes.
Also, I need to preface this with I haven't seen The Old Man, though it's on my
Yes.
list.
Yeah. Oh no, this is between the
Oh,
succession
between the
order.
three?
Yes. Yeah.
Then I gotta go Jeremy Strong.
Hmm. That would have
Ah,
been my
man,
choice
but
too.
Kieran Culkin is so good as Roman.
He is good, but I think Jeremy Strong's that performance is, I think, like incredibly challenging to do. That like
Yeah,
seething energy that Kendall brings to the table that sometimes is so brimming beneath the surface, but you can feel it. I think he nails. I think there's a lot of
he
nuance there.
does.
But Kieran Culkin's so great.
He is so great. He is so good in this. He's so good, especially in this season.
Especially this season. Yeah, he really comes into his own.
But yeah, I think of the three, I would give it to Jeremy Strong.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, that hurts a little bit though.
I know. It's rough. Okay. Well, Best Actress in a Drama Series, Sharon Horgan from Bad Sisters, Melanie Linsky from Yellow Jackets, Elizabeth Moth, The Handmaid's Tale, Bella Ramsey, The Last of Us, Carrie Russell, The Diplomat, and Sarah Snook for Succession. Yeah,
Yes.
girl. Yes.
Yes.
Oh
Oh,
my
she's
gosh.
so good. Just give her the
She
award. Give it
is.
to her.
She does so much with her face in every scene. So much nuance. There's so many scenes that I can think of where you see an emotion pass across her face, a moment of feeling like hurt or slighted, and she recovers so quickly. Shiv as a character recovers so quickly that you see her then like put back her armor. But you see that little bit of hurt, when her dad just like throws an insult at her, or she feels kind of like cold shouldered by Tom. You see it across her face, but it's so fleeting. And she does that so well so many times throughout the series, man.
Yeah. And especially in this last season, I feel like we see so much
Mm,
emotion from her, so much vulnerability that we haven't seen in the same way previously.
yeah.
And she gets put into so many tough spots. And you see her having to balance this, like her competence and her hubris too,
Yeah.
with then how she's trying to like navigate through all of these things. Like she has to balance a lot, and
Yeah.
she, I think, like has the hardest job
Yeah.
probably of the siblings for sure. And Sarah Snook does a absolutely phenomenal job
Hmm.
just bringing Shiv to life and bringing
Yeah.
so much to that character.
Yeah. 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 I think she's a character that could easily be um typecasted as, the incredibly ambitious, strong, give no shits type of, female character that we've seen played pretty stereotypically in so many other shows, but she brings such a humanity to this role, and this level of vulnerability that you just feel that emotional connection to her. And so I think that it's a challenging task that she faced in this role, because we've seen this type of woman played so many times, and it's often, a little bit thin. I mean, it's a hats off to the writing too, of course, but she brings the performance to life.
So, something interesting that I just saw as I am perusing IMDb while we're talking is that
Mm-hmm.
in for her previous nominations, they've been for supporting actress. This is her
Wow.
first lead actress.
Oh my gosh, that's really fascinating.
Right?
Yeah, so they've pushed both the other two siblings into this leading actor, leading actress category.
Yeah. That is very interesting to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it makes sense. I think it tracks. It's in line with this last season and the way they've positioned these three as fully developed arcs with just as much depth and screen time as Kendall has had.
Well, now I'm looking at Jeremy Strong's because I need to see like Were you lead or were you supporting? No, he's been lead
He's
actor.
got to be, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Hmm.
is that is very interesting. Okay, you nailed it. Good job.
Just gut feels. Okay. Best supporting actor in a drama series. I'm going to read these off quickly. F. Murray Abraham in The White Lotus, Nicholas Braun, Succession, Michael Imperioli, The White Lotus, Theo James, The White Lotus, Matthew McFadden, Succession, Alan Ruck, Succession, Will Sharp, The White Lotus, Alexander Skarsgård, Succession. This is that category that you're mentioning where it's like
Wild.
stripes of
Yeah.
White Lotus,
It's
Succession,
true.
White Lotus, Succession. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah. What a category. My goodness.
4 Succession entries,
Yeah.
4 White Lotus entries.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Okay, very quickly. I did watch the second season of The White Lotus,
Yeah.
and F. Murray Abraham's character was my favorite character in the entire season. So I love that he is acknowledged here because he doesn't get a ton of screen time, but his family's little arc that they go on was to me the most interesting part of that season. So
Yeah.
I love that him, and then Michael Imperioli plays his son in the show. So I'm glad that they both got nods for their work in The White Lotus because they
Yeah.
both do a great job in that season. But
Mm-hmm.
this is not a The White Lotus show. So we're talking about Succession.
It's all right. It adds some. I'm going to ask you who you're going to want to give it to in a second. I
Jen, you're
know.
stressing me out here. We
I
might
am
have to do another
aware.
like process of elimination situation here because I don't know.
You make these
Who would you
choices
give
when
it
we
to?
do our Oscar nominations, so you do usually have more time to think about it. I am putting you on the
It's true.
spot.
Jen, I
But
have a whole spreadsheet when we do our Oscar nominations that I figure out and I think over because I am indecisive.
I know.
Okay.
And I'm
So,
here for your gut reactions. Like, what does your instinct say? Okay. Well, it's interesting to me. I mean, it makes sense. But I just think that Matthew McFadden does so much for Succession
yeah.
that I would give it to him purely just. I mean, this is out of the Succession entries in this category.
Yes.
But it's hard to compare him against like Alan Ruck, who is a delight, an absolute delight. But Matthew McFadden brings so much to Tom, and I think from season 1, Tom easily is just like in the tonal backdrop of this family, but you see over the course of the following seasons that he is a central character to honestly what the show is trying to say. I think the fact that he is the one that ultimately is chosen at the end of the show, just I mean, he is key to the thesis of the entire show. Without him, there is a there isn't a counterbalance to what these 3 siblings represent, which is they were born and raised and bred in this environment, and we have the other side of this balance, which is someone who has come from the Midwest, come from nothing, and has clawed his way to the top. So in a lot of ways, Matthew McFadden is the yang to the yin of these 3 siblings and this central family of the Roys. So he's so significant to the show's ultimate thesis that I think it's hard not to give it to him. And he's also just so good in this role too.
He is very good in this role. So we'll give it to him. I'm totally good with that. He honestly probably deserves it because as much as I love Alan Ruck as Connor, I don't feel like he does as much in this season as maybe he's done in previous seasons.
Yeah, I agree.
So I was thinking between Matthew McFadden and Alexander Skarsgård, but Alexander Skarsgård isn't as integral.
Yeah.
And while he is such an interesting character and he does so much, it probably should go to old Tommy boy.
Yeah. And if we're thinking about this category from the perspective of the acting
Oh
performances,
my
I think
gosh,
that
yes.
that role of Tom just demands
I
so
think
much
so.
more than, like the character of Mattson.
Yeah,
So
Mattson.
Mattson with Greg too, like he's kind of playing
Yeah.
a, a bit a personality,
Yeah.
more than anything else. But yeah,
But I do appreciate that Gregory Peggory got nominated.
yeah.
I love that there are people out there that are just like, yes, Greg.
The passion for Greg is on the internet and like the Reddit threads
Yeah.
specifically is just fascinating to me.
It's amazing. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
We nailed it. We have decided this. Whoever is voting, please do the right thing.
yes. Yes, please. Next category is Best Supporting Actress in a Drama Series. We've got I'll read the category, I'll read all of the nominations just to be inclusive, but Jennifer Coolidge from The White Lotus, Elizabeth Debicki from The Crown, Megan Faye from What White Lotus, Sabrina Impacciatore. Wow, okay, I might have butchered that pronunciation. From The White Lotus, Audrey Plaza from The White Lotus, Rhea Seehorn from Better Call Saul, Jay Smith Cameron from Succession, and Simona Tabasco from The White Lotus. Our girl Jerry. I'm
Jerry.
surprised by this one. Not
Really?
because
Okay.
the performance wasn't fabulous, but I'm just surprised that they recognize it enough to give it a
Mm,
nomination when there's just, probably so many other options available to them in all of these other shows.
yeah, that's true. I love that J. Smith Cameron is getting this.
This recognition, yeah.
Yeah, because she deserves it. Like, she, I don't know. Jerry is just such an incredible character, and she brings so much to that character. And there are
Yeah.
certain scenes, especially in the season, that she was able to steal, even when she was like or more of a minor character, when she was
Yeah.
sharing the screen with, this other great charismatic actor. So I love that she is getting this acknowledgement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think she'll win, but I love that she is
I'm
getting
impressed that
recognized.
threw her that nod. Yeah, because she is, as you mentioned, highly efficient with her screen time. She's
Yes.
really not in this season that much.
No, no, she is not. But every minute that she is is maximized.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's
Just very quickly, can I also like
yes.
derail us again?
Yes,
Because
please.
Rhea Seehorn's performance in Better Call Saul is phenomenal. If if
Okay.
she doesn't win this, I will flip my desk over because she deserves it. She is, I mean, she's phenomenal throughout the entire run of Better Call Saul, but
Mm-hmm.
especially in this final season, whoo, she is great. So
Mm-hmm.
I need whoever is voting for this to give this to Rhea Seehorn because she deserves it.
And if they don't, I would like a heads up so I can get my popcorn ready for when this desk is
Please,
flipped by
this
your
desk
enraged self.
is going to be flipped over because that is the only appropriate reaction to such a giant snub if it happens. I'm trying not to get like pre-angry, but I need them to acknowledge her greatness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Now we can get back to
Great.
Succession.
That's
I
great.
will try to stop derailing us.
No, I love it. We want the little side wanders and tangents. This is great. Uh okay, let's scroll down to do we get some of the writing categories? Anything if there's anything noteworthy in some of these other ones, just call them out because we're here for
I
the side
am not
adventures.
going to derail us further. Let's stay focused.
I know there's quite a few Ted Lasso noms, which I think you
Oh, Ted
watched.
Lasso is so good. I just haven't
Mhm.
watched this final season
Okay.
yet. So
Okay.
I am slightly out of the loop with Ted Lasso, but yes, it deserves all of those nominations. Only Murders in the Building, also great
Yes.
choice.
Yeah.
I have not watched Barry, but it also deserves all of the nominations just because that
Yeah.
is a
I've
great show.
heard so so many good things about that show as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I do appreciate that these Emmy nominations, they're doing
They're
something right.
pretty, yeah,
Like,
they really
they
are.
seem to have made very good choices this year.
Yeah. Some other highlights, I guess, is that best writing for a drama series, Jesse Armstrong nominated. There's some folks from The White Lotus, Mike White, Gordon Smith, and Peter Gould for Better Call Saul, Bad Sisters, a couple folks in Andor as well. So I think pretty much echoing and reflecting most of the nominations for best drama series overall, which kind of makes sense for
Hmm.
TV.
Yeah. So I guess if you're looking for another show to watch, we have a few strong contenders.
Yes, and similarly for the best directing category as well. It's pretty much a copy and paste as far as the shows that are in this group here. So writing, directing, overall,
Mhm.
there's a clear set of horses that are at the front of this pack here.
I also think
Okay.
that it's interesting the episodes that they were nominated for.
Mm,
So, like, Mark Mylod is nominated for Connor's Wedding. That makes sense.
mm,
It's the
mm-hmm.
third one. So like it's even interesting seeing it's not just for like the whole show, but it's for a specific episode.
Episode. Yeah.
Uh, Again, I want to know the rules. How did we come to these conclusions? But
Mm-hmm.
we're still
Mm-hmm.
going off of vibes, and so far the vibes have not steered us wrong.
Yeah, and it'd be fascinating to go back to watch the specific episodes and to kind of compare the different styles as well in
Mm-hmm.
directing, and what they emphasize or kind of highlight and bring out a little bit more than maybe others. Yeah,
Yeah. All right, we got more homework to do for Succession, which will
I
be
know.
fun.
Yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts? Categories you want to call out?
Uh,
27.
no, I don't think so.
27 nominations, man. Not too shabby.
There is the guest actor and actress
Yeah. There are
categories.
some of these categories that I don't typically follow the Emmys too closely. So some of these I'm like, wow, this is an interesting category. There's
Right?
structured and unstructured reality TV
Yeah.
categories.
Fascinating.
Um, there's best guest actor.
Which the
So
so the
funny.
actors for Succession that are nominated play Ewan and Stewie.
Which is just great.
Which I'm like, yes, those are the right answer.
Right.
I hope that Ewan gets it though, because that speech at the funeral, phenomenal.
Well, there's also just quite a few for the best actress as well. Cherry Jones,
Mm-hmm.
Harriet Walter.
Yeah. And Haima
I am
Boss is
uh-huh.
Marcia,
Yeah.
and Harriet Walter is Lady Caroline.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
So solid picks there too.
It's insane.
Love it.
Yeah. Well, it's getting its recognition, which feels very satisfying for us. We just wanted to win all of the sparkly things because that final season was so strong. The show is so good. I'd be intrigued to see which of these actually come to fruition when the award show actually happens.
Mm-hmm. Which is very much up for debate. So
Mm-hmm.
we might know September 18th, and we might know not on September 18th. And so
Yeah.
we will find out. But either way, like you said, like I'm very glad that this show has been rewarded so heavily for this season because it absolutely deserves it. It is a phenomenal season of television, and it's just good to see that being recognized.
Yes. Yes. In many dimensions as well, from directing to writing to the acting to overall, like it's hitting the big heavy hitters as well. So, man, so good. This is making me nostalgic for our little Succession journey that we went on just a few weeks ago. That was
Mm-hmm.
fun.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
So good.
A fabulous choice for our kickoff show for TVNS. So good job, us.
Good job, us. And good job, Jesse Armstrong and the
Yes.
whole team
Mark
for giving
Murray,
us such an incredible show. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, to have a show that is consistently strong over 4 seasons the way that it is, and to have its final season as just strong as it is no easy task.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so interesting to talk with people about this final season, and so many people have described that ending as feeling like the inevitable or the obvious, and yet it's still so satisfying. And I think there's something about like, oh yes, of course it would happen this way, that feels um like really next level writing. I think that there's a version of doing endings that are shocking and come out of left field and are just a total twist in the road, and this idea that this feels like the right poetic ending for these people and for the journey that we've gone on, and yet it's still satisfying and doesn't feel boring to have it feel obvious. I think that combination is really fascinating to me, to hear peers describe it that way. Just like a different layer of great writing.
That's so good. And I think it's obvious because it's consistent with who the characters are. And because the creator, the writers know, and the actors too, know these characters so well, they were able to create this ending that is perfectly in line with all of the decisions that they would make. It's in line with who we know these characters to be. So then of course it feels obvious because it's who these characters are. And I love that. It's just solid writing, solid character work that leads to this being so satisfying.
Yeah. So true. All right. Well, this was fun to gush about Succession again, to just get to be excited about the recognition it's getting in this industry event that people care about, that seemed to mean something to a lot of people. So we want it to win all the shiny things.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to this little bonus episode of TV and Us. Our name sums it up. We're big fans of TV and the powerful ways we can connect with each other and the world around us. This podcast is about all of us and our shared stories. Everyone is welcome here, and we're so glad you hung out with us today as we revisit one of our favorite shows from the past many, many months. You can subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you tune into your favorite shows. Drop us a review letting us know your thoughts about the Emmy nominations that dropped today. You can connect with us on Twitter and Instagram at tvnspod, or you can email us at tvnspod@gmail.com. Just know that we're cooking up some good things for TV and Us that will be coming very soon. We will be back with a show that we will be reviewing with not just me and Sarah, but maybe some special guests. And that is just around the corner. So we'll see you very soon.